So there are still 6 months left in the year 2022, which means there's ample time to actually grow a big audience, but not only grow a big audience, in my opinion, what's more important, hit the income goals you're looking to meet within the year 2022. So don't be discouraged if you feel like you cannot get anywhere with your YouTube channel. There is still time. And if you take in these 5 pieces of golden advice that I have learned after garnering 26 million views across both of my YouTube channels and doing YouTube full-time for years. So I definitely made probably 100 times the mistakes you guys have made on your smaller YouTube channels that might be watching me right now. Just know that I've learned through a lot of struggle and you don't have to make the mistakes I did. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to hit your goals as far as viewership and income-wise on YouTube and the 5 hacks I wish I knew years ago. But if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Haley. I run this channel with my husband, Doug, and we teach content creators or everyday people how to leverage social media to actually grow a following, but not only that, to turn their followers into customers. If that interests you, go ahead and subscribe. We are all about working less and living more with our family and not having to hustle for views 24/7, although that is sort of what this video is about. So the very first hack or tip is really more like a strategy. So I find that a lot of social media gurus nowadays are shouting from the rooftops, short form content is king, long form content is dead. I mean, you see the rise of TikTok. There's also all these doomsayers that say YouTube is gonna shut down, Instagram is gonna become obsolete, TikTok is overtaking us with these Gen Zer, no shade if you are one, dancing like cringy, I don't know, I'm a millennial. So these like cringy videos. And so you feel the pressure, you're like, maybe I should do YouTube shorts. Maybe I should switch to Instagram or TikTok, like what if focusing on long form content is becoming obsolete? Well, let me stop you right there. Long form content is the reason why YouTube is still owned by Google and you should still press on. So with that being said, my first tip has to do with long form content. And if you are missing the mark on this one, I literally have seen accounts where the person, not even kidding you, posts daily for 4 years and they're stuck at like 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers or even less. And that is because they are not following this one rule, which I wish sometimes I could tattoo on my head. And that is only commit to doing searchable long form content pieces on YouTube until you hit your income goals. So a lot of people treat their YouTube channels like a hobby. They feel like, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I think it's probably because people don't believe in themselves. They don't know it's possible. There's this big myth that you have to love what you're doing all the time. They're also trying to maybe escape their job. And so they want to feel passion with YouTube. I'm all for feeling passion with your YouTube channel until it takes you years to actually hit the goals monetarily that you're wanting to hit. You do not want to post things just for the sake of posting unless they are searchable. So YouTube is unlike TikTok. It's unlike Instagram in the fact that, like I said, it's owned by Google. So it is a search engine. If you're posting shorts just to get like 100,000 views or 300,000 views and hoping that is the way that you go viral nowadays because you're modeling the TikTok stars out there, it's gonna be a lot harder. You might have subscribers, but they are going to be way less invested in your YouTube channel. So that is why I always say really prioritizing posting 2 searchable content pieces a week on YouTube until you hit your income goals, and then you can relax and post about topics that you want. For years, I would post like vlogs. I would post day in my lives, morning routines, which are sort of searchable, but not really, top 5 favorite, etc. And I would mesh a bunch of niches together and call it like a lifestyle brand. Obviously, I was able to monetize that. There are so many influencers or YouTubers monetizing lifestyle brands nowadays, so it is a valid path, but you have to ask yourself, do you want it to take years for you to make it? When you don't post searchable topics, when it's all about me, and the things that you like because you feel passionate, which I was that person, so no shade, it is going to take you so much longer to grow. So let's say you do have like a lifestyle brand or you have a YouTube channel about things that you like. I would recommend not only niching down, because I know that's cliche advice, but also only focusing on topics that people are searching for. So if you guys want me to do a more in-depth video about how to actually find searchable topics, leave a comment, maybe say, I want the searchable content video or something like that, and I will make one next week. But basically, you want to create videos that people are looking up. So how-to videos, hack videos similar to this one, basically just answering questions that people currently have in the present times. So the second hack is a huge one, and this is something that has enabled me to to go viral over and over again. It's something that I teach my students and I'm very publicly open about, obviously. You want to search for YouTube channels within the niche that you're in that have around 10,000 to 50,000 subscribers. So I would call these like right below a micro influencer. Micro influencers nowadays, because there's influencers on every other block, they're like 100,000 followers. So this is still a small to mid-size YouTube channel. And so the reason why you're looking up creators that aren't huge, you're not modeling the content that huge creators has, you're modeling the content that is going viral for these smaller creators, because that is a great indicator that shows you what people are actually searching in the present time. So a lot of people will create YouTube videos on topics that were done like 10 years ago, and they'll try and mimic their favorite, YouTuber because they think, oh, they went viral with that topic, I'll do that. But what they really don't realize is that maybe A, they already had a huge audience, or B, that topic is way oversaturated. So you definitely don't want to do basic topics that have been done thousands and thousands of times over. You want to look at smaller creators within your niche, sorting their videos from most viewed to least viewed, and then you're going to look for content pieces that have grown their accounts within the last 6 months to a year. If you do this, and if you find these what I call golden nugget videos, you can sort of grab a portion of that success that they've already garnered. And also, obviously, you don't want to copy. You want to make your video better, put a spin on it, create a different type of thumbnail, and you can capitalize on something that's already worked well for someone else. I always say to my students and everyone we work with that success leaves clues. I see YouTubers nowadays, they take a piece of paper, and I did this forever, huge mistake. They take a piece of paper, they think about their niche, and they're like, okay, what do I like to talk about? What do I want to talk about? And while that's great, you can still do a big brain dump on all the things that you're passionate about, what you want to help people with and teach people on. You still want to only choose topics that are actually searchable in 2022, not topics that were searched in 2016. So here's a great example of something that I did a couple years ago on this channel. So this channel is still like pretty small in my opinion. I don't know how many followers it has. I sort of haven't really gone full bore with it for like the last 2 years. So it's not a great example, but years ago, I think 2 years ago, I wanted to go viral with like a YouTube topic. So I did a ton of research of all of the people in the YouTube like guru type of space. And at the time I was really selling a YouTube course back then. So I was like, okay, I want to go viral with a YouTube topic. So I looked and looked at different creators in the space, and I was only looking, remember, for small to mid-size accounts. I found this lady. I don't remember who she is. I'm sure you guys can find her out because there's only a couple of YouTubers who have actually done content on this topic. But I found this lady, and she had like 30,000 views at the time, and I think she only had like 1,000 subscribers on her channel, and she had just put the video up like 3 weeks ago. So then I went and obviously, and I'll put the video somewhere on the screen, I made a similar type of video. I put my own spin on it. I have my own opinion on the topic. You definitely don't copy paste at all. But yeah, that's sort of the nature of social media. Okay. You see things that are working and you reiterate and make it better. So that's the same thing. I mean, people don't like it. They want to be like the first person to come up with the idea, but that's just not, I mean, you can do that if you want to gamble with how long it's going to take you to grow. You see, that's why on Instagram, especially nowadays, and TikTok, people will do the same trend. I'll see the same trend in my feed like 10 or 15 times in the matter of like 20 minutes that I'm scrolling, and it's so overdone, but these accounts are growing like wildfire. So I always say you have to appease what is working on the algorithm. And I'm not saying that you want to do this forever. You eventually do want to pursue your passion and create content that you want to create, but it just depends on what your priorities are. Are your priorities one of two things? So if your priority is over here, and that is just to do what you feel called to, what you feel led to, what you're passionate about, then do content for fun and make it a hobby. Don't put like stress on yourself and want like an income from it anytime soon. Or if you're over here, and if your number one goal, if the thing that you value most and the reason why you're putting so much effort into your YouTube channel is to monetize it, then you got to play the game. Okay. So play the game until you are making money and you don't really need to play it as hard anymore. So for instance, on my motherhood YouTube channel, with that YouTube channel, I don't post on it a lot. I did it full time for years, but now we sell courses, we do coaching packages, one-to-ones and things like that. So I don't have to focus on that one as much. So now I already make money from it. It's already a passive income stream. I can post about whatever I want and I don't need to go viral in order to get paid anymore. So it took me years though to get there. And I absolutely regret it taking me so long because it is a strain sometimes on your personal life, on your own time, on your family. I mean, it's very time consuming. So I always say pursue what is going to appease the algorithm so you can grow faster and so you can hit your income goals, and then let off the gas and do fun things and be more flexible with your account. Once you find those golden nugget videos, which are the videos that are growing these smaller accounts really big in a short time span, you want to go and analyze their thumbnails. So this, again, another thing I could tattoo on my forehead that people never do. And honestly, I wasn't really doing this on this account, so don't look at these thumbnails because I had like podcasting and random things. So yeah, I wasn't taking it seriously up until this video. But the reason why you want to really analyze all of the nuances and the fine details of people's thumbnails is because obviously you want to compete, okay? So a lot of people will say, okay, Haley, I analyze their thumbnails and here's my thumbnail, and I look at it and I even show my husband Doug and we're like, this is not competing with the other thumbnails. A lot of people will just slap and go like a screenshot of their vlog or of the video itself. Sometimes that works. It just depends on if the still of the video is good enough, or they won't put any effort into their thumbnail. But you absolutely have to be a psychopath with your thumbnails in order to grow and compete nowadays. And I don't say this is scary. You could absolutely grow in 2022 still. Nothing is oversaturated. We have students break through in every niche, like even fitness, okay, or beauty. So don't think that, don't give yourself the luxury of that excuse. But obviously there is more competition. So you have to be, like I said, a little psychopathic about your thumbnail. And what I mean by that is you need to really put the effort in. So if you see that all the top thumbnails for the keyword you're trying to rank for have white backgrounds, or they have flying money if you're in like the make money online niche, or if you're in the motherhood niche and it's like women in aprons, like I don't know. But the point is you need to compete. So I will see some people, they'll do like a really bland, boring vanilla thumbnail that is grainy and fuzzy, and the text is like the same exact text and the thumbnail as it is in the title. I'm like, well, why would anybody click on your thumbnail when they could go and click on these? So you have to be very competitive as far as like ranking your videos high and getting above other people. You need to look at the top 10, what I tell people, top 10 performing thumbnails for the keyword that you're trying to rank or the video topic, and you got to outperform them. So for instance, every single video that I've ever had gone viral on any of my accounts, maybe not every single one, but I say probably like 90% of them, it was intentional. The thumbnail was very, very intentional. I was looking at someone's account, I was sorting their videos by, most watched to least watched within a mid-size account range, and I was picking apart their thumbnails and asking myself, well, what makes people click on theirs? And I was trying to model that success. So this next tip is something that nobody, I feel like, does, and it is super basic, but there's a deeper reason to why you should do it. That is post 2 times a week, long form content, not just YouTube Shorts. I know you're like, okay, I'm already doing that, Haley, or there's no way I could ever do that. I have 10 kids and I work full time. Trust me, I've worked with people like that. Before you're like, heck no, you're crazy. Why do I have to do that? It's honestly just simple math. And this is something that I do like, that's advice from Gary Vaynerchuk. He says that you simply just need more at bats. You need more tries, because I'm gonna be real, number one, you're not that good. So a lot of people assume that when they start their YouTube channel, a month to them feels like a huge chunk of their life. Why? Because it is hard mentally. It's not hard physically. I'm just sitting here, okay? It's not hard in any other way. You can just wake up early and film a YouTube video, or I've literally set up my light boxes, and once my kids have gone to sleep, I film it at night for years. So it's not really technically hard to click a button on your phone or your camera. It's all mentally hard and stressful and draining. So when people say they tried YouTube and it didn't work in their niche, or their niche is oversaturated, or all of these excuses and why it's taking them so long to grow, or why they quit, I look at how many times they post. They have posted 8 times. And I literally say, you've only posted 8 times. Like, you're just not that good yet. Not in a a-hole kind of way. That's not how I'm trying to come off. It's really just the fact that you need more tries to get better, because Let's just forget the fact that you've never talked to a camera in your life, most likely. Or let's forget the fact that you don't know how to effectively do like a strong hook. You need more practice. And so a lot of people will say, this sucks, it's so hard, I've been doing this for months, but really months just means 8 tries if you're doing one a week, obviously, for 2 months. So that's why I tell people that I would do everything in my power, which is what I'm doing on this channel right now, to post 2 times a week. Number one, so you can get better. You can get stronger confidence or more confidence in your videos. You can have a stronger hook. Number two, it doubles your chances to train the algorithm and to give you more chances to go viral and to get suggested through YouTube. And number three, the most important thing is it helps you find your voice, not your literal voice, okay? You don't have to scream at the camera, but it helps you find your, I know this is strange, but your video online personality, which is something that I'm not gonna lie, is gonna be a little different than your everyday self. You're gonna have to come out of your shell a little more and find how you communicate with people through a camera. Like, it is absolutely a learned skill. And then the very last bonus tip, I guess, is to know what your monetization strategy is. So this is like the whole purpose for this channel. It is not necessarily just to teach you guys how to grow, how to go viral, how to gain a massive audience as an influencer on social media. I did that for years. There's nothing wrong with it, but you need to learn how to take whatever audience you have right now and monetize the people that are currently following you. A lot of people have this belief that you need to have 100,000 followers in order to make $100,000, but I can tell you 100% of the time, the people that work with us that have 6 figures in follower counts, they don't make 6 figures 100% of the time. So it takes a massive audience if you're just relying on brand deals or YouTube AdSense or Google AdSense. So it's better to just monetize the audience with wherever you're at and start selling people your own products from day one versus waiting years down the line. So if you're interested in having more information about that, then I have a free challenge. It's seriously so impactful. It's 5 hours long, spread out over the course of a week. It teaches you how to go from 0 to 6 figures with YouTube online in under a year. So if you want that, go ahead and grab that down below. And I hope you guys get some value from it. So that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye, guys.